These drivers changed my life, and that's no exaggeration, it's the truth. The Titleist 913 D2 and D3. And before you guess, they're not the longest drivers I've ever tested, they're not the fastest ball speeds, and they certainly did not make me win any golf tournaments. Why these drivers changed my life? Because believe it or not, they're the first drivers I ever tested on my YouTube channel. My first ever club review was of these. We're gonna have a look back at it. We're gonna react to it. And I need to do something in this video that I didn't do all those years ago. I need to give him a smash with some numbers. Right, this video is going back some time. I released this video on the 28th of November, 2012. So 7.5 years ago. It's my first ever club review when I was at Trafford Golf Centre. Let's have a look what it looks like now. Hi, welcome to Rick Shiels Golf on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Today we're going to be testing the new Titleist 913 drivers. We've got the D2 and the D3. We're going to test them, we're going to hit them. I'm going to tell you what I feel about them, and you can then either go to your local driving range, try them, or you can choose not to. Okay, so 17 seconds in, there's a few things to talk about. One, how much younger do I look? How much slimmer do I look? And I've got no beard. And that last line, whether you want to buy them or not, I've always been fairly truthful in this. That's a strong start for my first club review. Let's carry on watching. Bigger headed club. This is the 460. It's got the weight brought back right into the back of the club here. That's going to improve the centre of gravity and help you hit the ball a little bit higher. It's also when you set the golf ball, when you set the club up behind the ball, it's actually got a much bigger head from looking down as well. So visually it's a little bit more appetizing to hit. That's okay, so we're a minute in. A few things I definitely want to touch on. First off, the only thing that's not changed in this whole video is this actual club head, because the D2 and the D3 look exactly the same. Everything else looks different. And a little story about this: when I first tested equipment, I never got equipment to test. I always had to kind of nudge a friend of mine who worked in the American golf shop at Trafford and said, listen, do you mind if I borrow those drivers just to give them a smash? And that was the first time I ever asked with the Titleist drivers. And he said, yeah, I've got some demos, give them a hit. Now, these ones I've actually had to get off Golf Bidder. In the video, they were brand new, never been hit before drivers. And I think they were going to be either demo clubs or testers or something. Another thing, lack of close-ups is definitely noticeable. I use a lot more nice close-ups now than they ever did there. I can't see anything about the golf club, which is a real shame. Right, so this is where I come to hit a shot. It's up behind the ball really, really nicely. It's got a nice big head on it. It's more traditional to what a modern driver would look like a bit more now. Like I say, with its 460cc head, that helps with that. It sits ever so slightly open when you set it up normally, but again, that's not a bad thing for a Titleist driver. Let's give it a hit. Can't wait to see what my swing looks like. Oh. My swing looks so different. I'm much flatter. My face still opens like it does now. What's interesting here, yeah, I didn't show any actual flights in here, even though I had flight scope that I was using as a launch monitor. For the first ever club review, I never showed data. After this point and ever since, I've always shown data, and as you've seen over the years, the club reviews have progressed a lot onto on-course testing and head-to-heads and everything else. But this is where it started, back in 2012. Let me see if there's some more shots. Titleist driver would be. I like it. It's behind the golf ball, really, really nice. Still sits a fraction open. Now this should produce a slightly lower ball flight. Before I show this shot, I just want to mention as well, back in the day, those trousers were fashionable. They were. Flared out Jay Lindenberg trousers were in. And also, I remember when I filmed this, this is bringing back some good memories, because I was so nervous about filming a club review. This was shot unbelievably early in the morning. We went out, me and a lad who worked at the driving range at the time, who actually shot some of my videos early doors. We got there super early, so the driving range was absolutely dead. I didn't want anybody around when I first tested this club. Let's have a look at this golf swing again.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean,
I like that a lot. I want to rewind, there's a little clip there that I want to show, because I think I've still got this somewhere. My old, where's it gone? Where's that clip? This, my old Ping tour bag. I used almost everything Ping back then. No reason why, I wasn't sponsored or anything, and that's the kind of flight scope I was using. Another thing, the quality of this video is shocking. Like, thankfully now on YouTube we've got 1080 and 4K that I'm shooting now, because that quality looks dreadful. So these are the drivers that started it all. The Titleist 913 D2, D3. Since these, I've tested hundreds of golf clubs, like I say, on my channel, and we're fast approaching 1 million subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can get there as quick as possible. I think back there, if I'd have had a couple of 100 subscribers, that would have been a shock. I think I was right at the infancy of my YouTube career, let's say, and I would have had 100 subscribers or so. And I think that video, when it first went out, maybe had 1,000 views in the first day. Things have changed a little bit more now, thankfully. Right, you've been waiting 7.5 years for this. I think it's time. I'm going to hit the D2 and D3 913 drivers and show you exactly how far they go. Right, so after all these years, let's give you the numbers that you've been needing for this 913 D2 first. Still feels good. $281 total. And then last but not least, probably my favourite, the D3. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash like. It's mad looking down memory lane at that first ever club review video. Still draw it just as much as I did back then.